gave me because they're everything to me. So shout out to my baby girls, and shout out to your daughters as well and your wife. And I celebrate my queen as well, just like your queen. Shout out to you, Dee Dee, Ireland, as she like to go by. Shout out to our queens, man, for sure. And just like you, I would say like your daughter being in Michigan, I was actually born in Michigan. My mom was in the Air Force at the time where, when I was conceived. And so she had me and my sister up there. And so a lot of people don't know, yes, I'm born in Michigan. That's why I go for the Michigan Wolverines as well as the North Carolina Tar Heels, because at the age of 6 months, my mom decided to call my grandparents, which lived, and she's from here, Graham, North Carolina. They drove up to Michigan to come get me as she was getting ready to deploy back or get out of service in order to come home. So, and then so that was the cool thing about Michigan for me. That's why I love the state. So my weekend was just like yours, spending time with my girls, relaxing, just trying to be dad of the year like yourself. That's about it.
We already know that.
Yeah, man. And then I bought, we were just talking off the show a couple minutes ago, I bought WWE 2K24. Now, shout out to WWE. You know, the game was discounted, the hard copy, because online is actually $20 or $25 more online before taxes. So I was heck yeah. And it wasn't even used. It was brand new out the pack. So I was like, shout out to WWE. Yeah, man, I'm loving that game. Yeah. I already created my dude and everything. You know how that is, like a big kid all over. So we had a good time. But let's go ahead and get into the knockout hour. Really quick, did you get the email?
Yeah, I got you.
Cool. All right. So we're going to go ahead. We had to make sure Teddy was stumbling a little bit today also to get that straight. But we're going to start with the combat sports news. And this past weekend, we got a couple of things that happened in boxing and MMA before we get to the wrestling segment. But we had Shakur Stevenson wins by unanimous decision this past weekend. This past Saturday night, to remain undefeated. I don't know if D-Minus knows. I kind of follow a little bit of Shakur Stevens. I don't know his whole career, but I would say he is a talented young brother in the ring that decided last year sometimes he got upset and decided to somehow retire. As we know, a lot of times in the fight game, you ain't retired till you either go out on your back, pause, or, hey, it's time for you to go ahead and go to the high level making some money as probably a promoter. But someone like Shakur Stevens at his age, I think he felt a little slighted that he don't get an opportunity to get those high key matchups that he wants. But I will say after Saturday's performance, I watched that match, bro, I about fell asleep. That's how, boy. If I wasn't playing, I'm serious, man. All right, I get it. Like Tank said it too. He said Shakur Stevens puts him to sleep. I'm like, I understand what he's saying, bro. He goes to the decision every fight. You know, he it's like he's sparring without trying to really hurt the other guy. It's like he's trying to put on a showcase instead of trying to really dominate somebody. And that's why I don't understand his corner, man. Like, what are they telling him? Because the crowd was booing him from like the 7th round to the end. They started booing really loud.
So it was not entertaining, huh?
Oh no, and isn't in his hometown. So that makes it even worse. Yeah, he was so that's saying a lot. And then people was hitting the exits in the 12th round before it even started.
That's crazy.
So, hey man, shoot, sometimes you not to start you think you are. That's how it goes. And let's hope the young brother finds a way to keep winning. Start putting. I will say it's again the performance was good, but it was a snooze fest, brother. You got to make it more exciting. Put some power behind those punches. Is what I want to say. Throw it too much not to land a significant punch.
Right.
So we got July 20th. Before we get in, do you know of Shakur Stevens, by the way? Because I'm not being funny about the guy, but have you heard of this guy?
I've heard of him. I haven't seen him fight yet, but I've heard of him though. So
gotcha. Okay, good. I'm not gonna be funny, man. I'm sorry, Shakur. It sounds like if I'm talking down, you ain't missing much. So
I feel that. I'm glad I don't have to waste my time with that one then.
No problem. I'm happy I was able to save you the time because the undercard better as always in that fight. Good God Almighty! Right. Shout out Tate. we'll take Davis fans over here. Shout out to Tank. So we got July 20th. We got in Tampa, Florida. We got Jake Paul versus Mike Perry in an 8-round cruiserweight fight. Next, we got August. We got August the 3rd. We're going to Los Angeles. It's going to be a Los Angeles title fight. It's going to be Israel. All right, versus Terrence Crawford.
My grandma.
Yeah, we trying, man. Hey, I'm just a country boy from North Carolina. It's an excuse here, trust me. But he's going against Terrence Crawford. Bud Crawford is the man is, and I love me some Bud Crawford. And it's going to be a 12-round fight for Israel's WBA regular junior middleweight title. As we already know, Bud Crawford is also a unanimous champion and also two or three weight classes currently. So shout out to Tank. I mean, not Tank, excuse me, Bud. I love him. I think he's going to come out with the victory, come out with another championship as he's trying to make his way to Canelo Alvarez before I think both of them are going to hit the old dusty trail. So I'm ready to see that fight. Hopefully down the road. We know Canelo, you scared. You're not going to take the fight. So I know that ain't going to happen. So we got September 21st. We got a London title fight. It's going to be Daniel Dubois versus Anthony Joshua in the 12th round for the vacant IBF heavyweight championship. Now, for those who just said, what about my man Usyk? Well, I think that he had to relinquish one of the titles after he beat Tyson Fury because of a time restraint of him not defending that title before the time was up. And so boxing has rules when it comes to their promoters, how long a fighter has between their fights in order to defend their title. If they don't, they must vacate it. And I think this is the case. So this is why Joshua and Du Bois are fighting on September 21st in London, where that is definitely Anthony Joshua's hometown. He's definitely the beloved son there, and he's going to probably put on a good show because he's been looking really good since the Andy Ruiz saga that he went through a couple of years ago. He's looking really impressive, I must say. He's really good. So we got November the 15th in Arlington, Texas. We got Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, an 8-round heavyweight fight. We shall see. Moving on. Moving right along. We got December 21st. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think, hey, cut the check, Jake. Quit being scared. Quit being a punk. Stop being funny with the money. Just cut the check. This man could go sit here and go smoke weed and eat mushrooms instead of wasting his time playing pity pat with you just for you to get some clickbaits. Stop that. Fight that man straight up. Give that old man the fight that he's looking for so he can knock you know what out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fired up. I love Mr. Mike Tyson, man. Don't get me started. So I don't care who he's fighting. He could be fighting his grandma for all I care. I'm watching that fight. So, we got December 21st. We got in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We got a title fight between Usyk and Fury. They're going to be having a rematch, a 12-round fight for Usyk's undisputed heavyweight championship. So apparently that must be on as they've got that listed down as being undisputed. We'll shall see as we go on. And then we got two quick things. We got UFC 304 will be Edwards versus Muhammad to be the second fight between these guys. And then you got UFC 305 Dufaliz versus Israel Adesanya. He's going to be making a return back to the octagon to take back his championship. I like Leon Edwards. Have you seen any of the two competitors in 304, Leon Edwards and Muhammad? Have you seen either of these two?
I have seen Edwards before. I think I've seen Muhammad too. The first fight was entertaining. I think I remember seeing these guys. I think Muhammad did Muhammad win that fight. I think.
I think Edwards still the champ, so I think Edwards had to win that one.
Yeah, okay.
To my understanding, I may be wrong.
Okay, but yeah, I think I'm familiar with both of them too, but I'm not familiar with the other ones down at the bottom. So I'm
more of Israel's the guy that went against Alex Pereira a couple of times, and they had some exciting fights. But Israel was running the division for a long time. He came in there and started just going straight through his competition, just mowing over him, and he's very exciting to watch. So that 305, I'm ready to watch that one against Du Plessis. Du Plessis is a white guy from South Africa. So yeah, so that's why Israel got a problem, because Du Plessis trying to say he's African and stuff, and he's like, you ain't black, bro. The way he's putting it. So he'll say stuff to him disparaging, like, say the N-word to me. Said, you from Africa, say it to me. And then my man Du Plessis shot back and said something about, like, he said, I've been in Africa longer than you are, so I'm more African than you. You know what I'm saying? So this has been like a 3-year fight in the making, and it's finally about to happen. So I'm really excited to see that.
Right.
Yeah, there's gonna be some smack talking, boy. I can't wait for that.
I have to watch that one now.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be good. Trust me. That if one thing I'm gonna say is a must watch for me, and these two can go. Du Plessis is not no pushover. Let's not get it misunderstood. Israel is an assassin, but that man, Du Plessis, is pretty tough. He beat Shane Strickland. Personally, I believe Shane Strickland won that fight. I don't think that a contender got to go in and just do just enough. You got to prove that you beat the champ, and I don't think he did that. So Israel's going to come back and stomp a mud hole in him, and I'm gonna be ready to watch that front row seats, because I love Israel. He's really good.
Right. I like that. I'm going to check that out then. But we can kick off this Monday Night Raw rewind here last Monday. I forgot what they were in. Forgot where he was at. But
me too.
Jey Uso kicked off the show that night, which I picked for the winner of the Money, but I guess I was wrong. We'll talk about that a little later. I know he wasn't winning it, but but I was wrong on that one. I'm fairly wrong sometimes, but I was wrong.
I'm gonna wait for your comments about Jay later, because I'm gonna go. I have my little box I got already standing on over here with Jay.
Yeah, I got you. Jey Uso kicked off the night and got interrupted by Chad Gable. That went on for a minute. Then of course the Wise had to come out, which I'm still to see what they gonna do with that. I think I know where they're going, but it kind of tricked me with that last couple of weeks, because he's still delivering messages, I'm guessing. So I don't know. But Bo Dallas, I guess he did another interview, but we'll see where that goes. But
what's up, Walt? Shout out to Walt.
What's up, Walt?
I ain't seen in a minute.
It was anniversary, wasn't it? The anniversary later.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they had a little anniversary. My man Walt. Shout out to Walt.
Right. Then you had Xavier Woods going against Karrion Kross. Surprisingly, Xavier Woods won that match with a little interference outside Kobe Kingston, the AOP. Then you had the women's championship match. Liv Morgan against Zelina Vega. I'm really like, I know you're not a Liv Morgan fan. Hey, I'm a Liv Morgan fan. I just love how she's just making Monday Night Raw just nice, man. How she just messing with everybody, man. So you gotta love Liv, man. I know you're not a big fan of her being champion.
Yeah,
I am. So hey, big shout out to Liv Morgan. She defended the belt she wanted. Then you had Judge.
I would say on that note, though, I would agree, not to cut you off, but I would agree that at least she's holding a title where I'm entertained by her. So they're doing a great job of writing out where the direction she's going, because she's doing a really good job of showing personality. And I think now it's starting to get me to where she's winning me over. So let's just say that the more they developing her with that title, I think it's helping me to be like, as a fan, maybe she's winning me over as well. So I like her work of late. I'll give her that. For sure.
She's relevant. She's like one of the head things on Monday Night Raw now. So she's like the actual headliner. Think about it.
Yeah.
She's been involved with a lot of interference with Judgment Day and all that stuff, even the tag team title because of her. So I mean, you gotta love her, man. So she's doing her thing right now. Then you had Seth Rollins come out. Of course, he got interrupted by Judgment. Of course, we'll talk about that later. I'll come back to that. Then you got the Money in the Bank qualifiers. Zoe Stark against Dakota Kai against Ivy Niles. Zoe Stark won that match to qualify to go to the Money in the Bank match. Then you have Rey Mysterio going against his son, Dominic Mysterio. I really wanted Dominic to win this match for some reason, but he just didn't do it. Rey Mysterio got the win, sadly, because I'm getting tired of Rey Mysterio. Sorry, I just like Dom better. I'm getting Rey Mysterio, man. He's gonna retire. I mean, he's still winning matches, man. Come on, man, really. But okay, I know you're Hall of Famer, but what you think?
I would say, like, I personally believe that Dominic could be possibly the future of the WWE if handled correctly. He really reminds me more of Eddie than he does Ray. So to say, like, I do like the fact that Ray won because it gives Dominic something to chase for if it's there. Because now Ray got the one up over this. Now it's even. Now he has a reason to chase. Because I believe once a person conquers too much, say if the heel goes against a babyface 3 times and he wins 2 times, why did he want to give you another chance? And so I like to at least they even the odds so that when they bring it back and they really want to flesh out more of that story, it could be like, I got you, you got me, let's settle this for real.
Yeah, exactly. I see what you're saying with that, but I'm just.
I think it should be like pay-per-view quality. It shouldn't have been on Monday night, in my opinion. This story is not that easy to give off on Monday night. You need to put that on a pay-per-view, not Monday Night Raw. Is what I'm saying.
Right, I got you.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Then you had the Sami Zayn promo. Braun Breaker interrupted him. I'll talk about that one a little later too because I got something to say on that issue. But I think I'm Sami Zayn too. I'm just tired of Sami Zayn too, man. I don't know what they're gonna do with him, man. I mean, I think I know what I want to happen.
Yeah.
I kind of like want Jey Uso to challenge Sami Zayn to get the Intercontinental Championship now. But like I said, we'll get into that later. I kind of like that. I see that happening some kind of way, but we'll see. And last match we had the Money Bank qualifier, Sheamus versus against what's his name, Ilya Dragunov and Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre won that match to qualify for the Money in the Bank match that happened last Saturday. So that was the Monday Night Raw remix, rewind, whatever you want to call it.
Hey, it all works.
But if I could say something real quick on the Sami Zayn thing, I think that I don't know what WWE is going to do with Sami Zayn now. Who going to challenge him now? So it has to be a new face, not a new face, but a new challenge that had to come in now. But I think I like Jey Uso with that title for some reason. I don't know.
All right. So with me, I think with Sammy, all right. With me, with Sammy made that title irrelevant to me. Like he made it so like to a point. Anytime he's the focal point or something besides where the bloodline was good work, I don't see where right now I never wanted him as champ. I really just feel like sometimes Triple H had this problem where he keeps booking NXT on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown too much. Like now we're getting to SmackDown later with Tommaso and Joey Gargano won the tag titles. No disrespect, nobody want to see that either. So it's just you get what I'm saying? And it's so like to me, and they're not putting down. The guys are good workers. Don't get me wrong, but it goes back into that. Show me what a real champion look. And to me, Sammy is where you keep trying to push him down our throats to make us believe something different. Where I'm like, I don't see it. Now, when I get to Jay, it's the reason why like people don't take this. You can take it the way you want. I'm sorry. I'm tired of Jay. Ring work. It's not the promo. He's the hottest vibe in WWE when it comes to the entrances, which sometimes I think they overdoing it stupid. Like the other week they showed him coming out to do it and then it was no match. That was it. I'm like, what are you doing it for then? You know what I mean? Like it pissed me off because I'm like, y'all overdo stuff too much. Like where I get you're trying to change up the perspective of what the wrestling looks like because now we get different angles. I enjoy some of this. But stop showing the fans leading up to Jay and stuff like that. Because here's why. He is not a heavyweight champion. All right? Let's get that understood. And I think that's the problem with people. That means if he would have won Money in the Bank, that means he has the potential of being a heavyweight champion. Yeah. Which he is not. I'm sorry. I don't care. No, I'm not sorry. He is not what I don't think people realize what he is. Once he went against Roman, now all thing he does now is the Samoan drop, 40 super kicks and 20 spears in the Samoan. You know, it's like, dude, if you've seen one Jey Uso match, you've seen them all. It's the same thing. It literally is. And so Yeah, and it's irritating because now they got everybody hyped for him, and they're not gonna give him no titles. I don't see it because it'll be a great match if they were to do it and give it to him against Sammy. Because then I bet you be like, okay, yeah, he definitely deserved it. He earned that. But to say, why should we throw things at him just because look how long Roman took and how much crap he had to literally go through, dog food, and been treated down to the lowest part of everything on that roster. Now look at what he done the past 4 years. You wouldn't have appreciated that if he didn't go through something. But what did Jay went through? He didn't go through nothing. He got beat by Roman one-on-one. He jumped the Monday Night Raw just because he wanted some on him. Pause. And now it's like, to me, yeah, the light's shining, but what are you doing besides doing your entrance and walking out? You're not winning. And that's what I think the problem is to me. If you do all that and you're winning, cool, let's roll with it. But you're not winning. So I think kill back with the extra stuff and start actually developing more of what he can do in the ring besides the same match. And then, two, if he gets tied in the bloodline, I don't see him holding a title because he don't need a title to be invested in that storyline because somehow they have to get him back to that. So if they got to get him back, then he can't be holding a championship on Monday Night Raw worrying about that. So somehow he can't be worried about a title defense and helping Roman. Those two things are going to work in his world. His character's not that over for me. I'm like, that's doing too much.
So then what you say then, and moving on right now, because he have to have something to stir around like right now because he didn't win the Money in the Bank. Of course, we know that. Mm-hmm. So where do you see him now? Until Roman come back, if that's the case, if he joined the bloodline again.
I think they're booking him into a corner. They almost booking him into a corner to where you're just a hype man of the show, and yet you're not delivering. So let's say if he does beat Sammy, that will be good until the problem be again. Once you start realizing he's a babyface. Babyface's problem is you're only good at your competition. His mic skills is not the best. He pretty much talks like we talk right now. That's not the proper way that I want to see my champion, even if he is trying to represent or whatever he's trying to do. Because a lot of it, to me, I'm be honest, he acting like he's black. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody steals a lot of the essence of that. That's cool. But it's like, to me, it's like, right, if I wanted him to act like that, I want Montez Ford to do it, not him. So to me, it kind of just throws me off a little bit. You know what I mean? It's just, he's not a strong promo. All thing you do is just, like, come on, bro. Like, stop. Talk to the people. Stop just saying little small things. And I think he's an amazing talent. Don't get me wrong. But I think, like, sometimes, I just think some people kind of, like, got high expectations because they got us here for it. But then, is he going to deliver is the question. And I don't really see that in Jay's future. I just don't see, will they go through with it, get him a title, and then let him run a little bit. I don't think that's what they're going to do.
Okay.
Yeah. I wish they would, but they're not going to do it. I may be wrong. I may be absolutely wrong, but I just don't know.
Yeah, I think they eventually give him the Intercontinental belt soon, but I don't think it'll be the heavyweight belt no time. But I think they'll give him a belt. I think he's belt material because of how he get everybody hyped up into the crowd. Because you got to think about it, the crowd really tells you who they want as champion, or tell you who and Triple H listens. So I think that Jay is coming somewhere soon down the line for that Intercontinental Championship belt. That's the only thing I see right now.
I'm with that, but I tell you that look at the cost of what they're doing to Cody. Cody's having to go out here and do every specialty match he can in order to keep the people there with him. And so if he's having to keep going through Trial by Combat just to be the hotter baby face, the next guy coming to the title ain't gonna do half of that. Like, look at Gunther. He didn't put himself through Trial by Combat to retain that title. When you're a baby face and you're the man that got to keep that title, you got to keep delivering. So your simple matches now, you got to take it an extra element. Now you're in a tables match. Now you're in a TLC. And I think Jay, I do agree. I think Jay is a great guy that could really take that title and run with it. But I'm like, hey, heavy is the head that weighs the crown, because your body going to really take a beating once you hold that title. It's not hard to win it. It's hard to keep it. And I think that's what's going to be a problem. And being healthy is longevity. Just like any great sports team, your championship's not determined sometimes all our skill. It's about, like, can all the men make it to 82 games? Can we make it the next level? And that's, I think, Jay, get ready for the ride. If you get that Intercontinental title, get ready for what Roman had to deal with. You see that beard done got gray as hell. So get ready for that. Yeah, everybody tell me, Teddy, you complain about a title, and that because again, a lot of people may not know. I never won a singles title yet. Why? I do not know, and I don't trip on that. I just go out there. I perform harder now, if anything, to really show everybody I'm that dude. But like a lot of people said, man, hey, with this belt comes a lot of responsibility. So sometimes you feel like you can't deliver, you're gonna have to deliver because the people expect you to. So
and a lot of time on the back too.
There you go, right? Because hey, it's one of those things. Of course, like anybody else just trying to move up, you got people behind the scenes that are talking about you. They know how good you are, and I would say that primarily about me in wrestling. I know that when anybody watch my match, that I put on a good performance. I go out there and wrestle with my heart. I leave it all out there. Now, to say when you watch my matches, are you saying it's the most technically skilled match? Of course not. I'm not. That's not my goal. I'm a fighter. So a fighter by nature, I'm always going to push myself to the level of my competition and go further than that, So when I look at how other people in the business with me or they've been beside me when I started are getting those opportunities, I was like, funny how y'all look right past me, and I don't be tripping. I just look at it like, well, that's only a loss for you because if you have TKO on your show, there's nobody more fired up, more turned up, more passionate when they come out to that ring than me. That's guaranteed. So for a lot of y'all looking for somebody to light up your crowd, somebody that's going to pour their heart and soul out there, where to hit me up. And they know this. Yet you don't want to make your homeboys look bad where you are. So if you think your boys could go toe-to-toe with me and since they so good, well, give me a chance then. Don't have all these back people talking about me. Come get your boy. That's all I'm saying.
Y'all heard it from TKO? Y'all heard it?
Yeah, you heard it. And I'm going to clip this, say what you want, and you ain't got to book me because you ain't doing it anyway. Because if you do, I'm going to dog your dude. Call it what you want. I dog him. I don't care. I fights. I do this. So to sit there and run for me, you want to. I'm only one call away. You can come take this fade. I make a crowd get juicy, pause, and then I go up home, get my money, and go home. That's it. Y'all here. You can't do this and that. Man, shut up. Anyway. And that's our review of Monday Night Raw. Coming straight from D-Minus. I don't care no more. I really don't. Because I just get tired of it. Y'all be hating on me for the wrong thing. And in this business, it's funny. These dudes sit here and play that telephone game here's how it go. They hear a rumor about you that has no truth behind it. All because they want to work for this company. Then they alienate the whole locker room once they hear your name. And then once they hear your name, they go out and like cockroaches and go somewhere else and do the same thing. Now, when they talk about me in these locker rooms, because I know what happens, I ain't stupid. When you come to me personally and they meet me, they understand how nice of a person I really am. And all you believe in was a rumor because you know the truth. I'm a decent, nice human being. And if I did something wrong to you, I would tell you. But what bothers me about this business is y'all let people bleed that didn't bleed on you, bleed on them. So whatever I had done in this business that had nothing to do with you, why are you worried about what I do? Why don't you just wrestle me? If you had a problem, which had nothing to do with you, go over rumors and stuff. That's why I don't want to wrestle like that sometimes. I was like, I like to sit at home and play WWE all day and talk to D-Minus. So we can talk wrestling all day.
We'll get that question in a minute, Walt. We'll get to it.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. We definitely will. So let's go ahead and move right along. So we had NXT, and this was on Wednesday night, and they had a street fight between Michin and Jada Parker. Miss Parker. She went out there and she represented, and she got the win over Michin because they have a good heated rivalry going on between the two of the past couple of weeks since the Women's North American championship match they was all in the 6 participants, and they've been having beef before that. Now they settled a little bit in that street fight. That's my style. Get them fisticuffs. So Yeah, catch these cuffs, my guy. So I think that was an excellent fight. Then we had the New Catch Republic, which is Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, and then when it gets Hank and Tank. Excuse me, everybody, if I'm not familiar with Hank and Tank yet. This is the first time I've seen that work. But we got the New Catch Republic with the win. And then we had Dizzy Dame versus Brinkley Reese, and we got Izzy Dame with the victory. And then we got Omar Mansour versus Miles Bourne, and Mansour comes out with the victory. Lord, NXT and WWE, get better with these names because y'all killing us with the y'all spelling this like as if everybody got time to really sit here and find out online how to change the way how to spell Charlie and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's irritating. Right. Just keep it simple, man. Stop. I'm just making people find a dictionary to say these names. Anyway, you got come on, man. What is the better names? Like they doing like real names. Like, stop. This ain't so we got Wendy Chu, right? See, like Wendy Chu. Come on. Come on, man. Stop. And then you got what was that? Carly Bright. Right. Y'all should see how they spell Carly. Stop. Okay. Right. Carly Bright. And Wendy Chu comes out with the victory. And then we got Carmen Petrovic versus Jasmine Nix, and Jasmine Nix come out with the victory in NXT with the fights. But then it came down to the four people that was it was a fatal four-way that went down this Sunday night this past weekend called Heat Wave. NXT presented from Toronto, and they all was in the ring talking smack. My boy Javon Evans was in there talking that talk, you know what I'm saying? Represent, shout out to Javon Evans. Love you, bro. And he had an excellent match. We'll get into that later on in the show. But that wraps up NXT this past Wednesday night. And so we got Friday Night SmackDown. Friday Night SmackDown, you had to start the show. You had a tag team match between the Street Profits and Pretty Deadly. And Street Profits came out with the victory. I love Street Profits. I think that they stole me and my homeboys' gimmick. I'm just being funny. I'm being funny. Now, they was already putting in work in the WWE right when I debuted. Me and my homeboys like, yeah, we're going to go with like a street vibe, like we from streets. And yet, we looked turned on TV one day and here's the Street Profits. I was like, well, never mind. So, shout out to those.
Before you go past that, real quick, look on that. I don't like doing the Street Profits. They got to get these guys back into the title run. They was nice champions, man. I don't understand what their plans are for Street Profits, but I don't like it. I don't know about you, but
it's certain things that you're right. Triple H's got like a weird problem. He go tone deaf on some things. He's really tone, and you see what I'm saying about the Joey Gargano. We'll talk about that in a minute. How DIY wins the tag title, and it's like you try to freshen it up too much again off of stuff that people really don't remember. I can see right now. Notice I'm getting new to it. NXT. I never really watched NXT until the past couple of weeks. And then, so for a lot of people showing up, I don't know who the hell they are. Let's be honest. Right. We really didn't know, you know? So I agree. I do believe Street Profits do something with them. I believe Montez Ford should be a single star going for the heavyweight title. That's me. That man got charisma. He got mic skills. He can go. I don't know why they holding this team back. I totally agree. I do not want. I don't understand that sometimes why Triple H is booking that he puts a rocket up some people, but yet he sits there and takes away the wing from others. And I think he spends too much time playing around with the real teams that should be up, but he don't got no problem pushing Gunther though. It's really weird. Really weird to me. I do agree. Oh, Braun Breaker. I'm no disrespect to Braun, but your skills right now. Yeah, because the Street Profits on their worst day look better than Braun on his best day right now on TV to me. I don't care what anybody say.
And DIY. DIY as well. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. I think they tripping sometimes. Like, I think and then because look at the matches they had with the Usos and New Day. Get out of here. That's like probably the best matches WWE had since the Attitude Era. And we're talking about table ladders and chairs. So
it's classic.
Yes. So I agree with you, bro. Like Pretty Deadly is a young team that do need some rub from the vets. But sometimes, man, stop disrespecting these dudes like that, man. Give these dudes a title run that they should have had and let them do their thing and stop holding them back. It's starting to make me mad too. I agree. Thank you for stopping on that one.
Yeah,
I totally agree. Man, I'm pissed off every time because now we got Cocoa Butter Express, we got Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Every time, like somebody had a picture of saying every time they see a picture of Jade Cargill and Bianca, it smell like cocoa butter. I'm like, I be thinking the same thing. Cocoa Butter Express.
Oh shit.
Yeah, represent. All right, then we got
Snap out of it.
all right, yeah, I'm back. And then we got India Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Shout out to them, but they took the fade against the Cocoa Butter Express, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. I've heard Edge Control as the name of the tag team before in the podcast. I thought that was funny as well too. So shout out to Cocoa Butter Express. We got Bayley, and she went against Piper Niven. And they had a rematch that came from Clash at the Capital a couple of weeks ago, and Bayley comes out again with the victory. Then it leads to the main event of the evening was the WWE Tag Team Championships, A-Town Down Under defending their titles against DIY. And you have the new WWE Tag Team Champions, DIY. That's Tommaso Ciampa and Joey Gargano. And as you already see, I'm like, D-Mind start on that one again because we got some time before we have to get to some other stuff. Let's go back to DIY. Did you watch any of their work in NXT?
A little bit, because I don't watch NXT like that. I don't watch it now. But I watched them when they came to WWE because they was coming back and forth a little bit. They was doing back and forth. But no, I didn't watch them as a tag team in NXT. No.
I would agree. However, I seen the singles work of Tommaso. And Tommaso, when he was champ until he got hurt, well, he had a neck problem he had to get taken care of and take the time off. I love Mr. Tommaso Ciampa. He was definitely, he was nice, man. And I really think they kind of, when he was with The Miz, when he first came on to WWE and got drafted, he did very well then. And I think he took some time off of Vince, didn't like him or something, but he was hot then, man. I think like Tommaso is the miniature version of Triple H. I like that dude, man. I really do. And I think that he is good singles. Nothing against Joey Gargano, but I'm not feeling Joey Gargano like that, man.
Tommaso, he's almost like kind of like a hardcore type of guy. He down and dirty with it, man. So I like Tommaso.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah, he is very enjoyable to watch. So shout out to Tommaso Ciampa. We know that Joey, we know you're his partner in them and y'all been around a long time, but I really feel like he couldn't be possibly holding them back. I think he's really destined for more than, say, right now, Joey Gargano, because they tried that project and it just ain't going to work. So, Street Profits, get ready to get those titles. We looking for you to get those belts. Please. Just save us all. Save us. Save us. Right. And then we had a Melee and Fiasco. And I'm sorry, everybody, if I feel irritated about Cody, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton versus Bloodline. We're getting to that because it's up next. I'm sorry if I feel deflated. Shout out to the Tribal King first and foremost, man. We miss you. We really do here at the Knockout Hour. I think I can say that for both of us because for your reign, and let's say we collectively both agreed on this show several times. We told you before he dropped that title that you're gonna miss this man, and y'all see why. Y'all see why. That man was the reason why I enjoyed wrestling the past 4 years more than any other time I had in a long time. Roman Reigns, shout out to you. I can't wait till you come back and you make this all right again. Because once we back in the universe of the Tribal King, the rightful Tribal King, I've been watching a lot of Game of Thrones again. But when the right king sits on the throne, the rest of the kingdom knows that the right man is there and everybody calms down. And I think that's what we need.
Let me tell you, Roman Reigns said something before he left. And I don't know if you remember this. He said, I don't know when, you guys, but y'all, when I leave, the whole world is going to acknowledge me. And now, if you see it every Friday night, they will say, we want Roman. We want. That's all the chance we want Roman. So right now, he told y'all everybody was gonna have to acknowledge him one day, and now everybody doing it. So they miss him too. Everybody miss him.
Absolutely, Demise. Thank you for adding that because you're very correct. I've heard that too. So when he returns, man, I'll tell you, I'm ready for it. I'm excited for a lot of other stories. We'll get into that right here with Money in the Bank because it kind of flows right into what we're saying with some of the mishaps. And I'll get into the bloodline part when we get down there. But we had the men's Money in the Bank match, and the winner was Drew McIntyre, the right one that should have run. And we'll get into that too in a couple of minutes. For all the ones out there that playing fantasy booking, and I ain't talking down, just saying. We'll get to that. We got the Intercontinental Championship match. Next match, I was playing. We got Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker.
But you know what, though? No, honestly, I really wanted Sami Zayn to lose the belt. I was hoping Braun would have got the belt. Just for
we know it was going to happen. We know it was going to happen, but yeah, I was the same way. I was, again, this one of the moments I was playing the game and looking at the match every now and again. I was like, yeah, whatever. Exactly like I thought, as always. Sami Zayn. So we got the winner of WWE Intercontinental Champion, Sami Zayn. So, Braun, your time is coming, big dog. Don't worry. I want you to run through him. I think Braun's going to end up taking that title. They're going to have a rematch. Braun's taking it.
I think so, too.
Yeah. SummerSlam, he's taking that belt. And it's in Cleveland. That's closer to, the type of crowd they need. The good old blue-collar brothers up there that love the dogs. So they got to have the big dog himself up there. Not Roman. Roman's the Trapper King. Been keep chief. But anyway, so then we had the women's Money in the Bank. Shout out to these 6 women right here. The best match of the night. I don't care what anybody say. They stole the show. Man, what a match. Shout out to those queens. You all went out there and wow. I mean, good God Almighty.
They've been outshowing these men like it ain't been even close. They've been outperforming these guys. They've been really doing their thing, man. Shout out to the women of WWE, man. They really are doing their thing, man. Real.
Killing it because like Laura Valkyria, some of the bumps she took. Lord, no. Good God Almighty, man. I was like, Lord. Her and Zoe Starks. They took some of them. Oh, yeah. I thought she was dead on that Tiger Driver on the left. Oh, my God. I was like, yo, these women, shout out. Y'all killed it. Best match of the night for me. I say best match of the week. Don't care what anybody say. That is number 1 of the week. That they really did. And who's the winner? Y'all know what time it is. Tiffany time. I love that. They got the right one. So the question is, when, who? I love it. Thank you, WWE, for that one. She is, I think, going to be excellent one day as WWE Women's Champion or possibly the WWE World.
I almost thought Chelsea Green for the winning.
Bruh, and then she did. And then the bump she took, oh my God, bro. Yeah. They showed a fan video from a couple feet up, watching it from afar. All that, man, shout out to all of you women. Y'all killed it. Oh, man, what a match. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm really thinking about going back watching that match again because those one of those ones, it was so much to really kind of process at one time. I'm like, yo, let me go back and watch this one. I'm going to go back and watch the men's too because I ain't going to lie. It was moments I wasn't paying attention. Shout out to Carmelo Hayes. He did a major job being the bump dummy because he was taking some bumps too, boy. They were throwing that boy around like he was sack of potatoes. Tough weekend for those guys. I know they bruised up because it's another guy, Javon. I don't know if you've seen WWE Heat Wave, but Javon went through. He went through hell. You may want to check out that match. It's probably 2 matches I'm going to tell you for sure you want to go check out on the NXT side. If you got like at least 30 minutes to an hour, 45 minutes, really good match you want to go check out. But because I think you're going to fall in love with these competitors in these matches. But we got WWE's World Heavyweight Championship match between Damian Priest from the Judgment Day versus the return of Seth Rollins and your winner. Oh, now, here's the thing. Drew McIntyre was a man of his word. He cashed in and made it a triple threat match. And then it comes down to the end. Drew McIntyre is about to win. And this answers your question. Not to be a fun segment. And then comes CM Punk from underneath the ring, attacks Drew McIntyre, steals his moment again. And your winner is still WWE World Heavyweight Champion, my man. Shout out to Damian Priest from the Judgment Day. Love that.
Yeah,
love the finish. Yes. Love the booking. So good.
Can I say something right quick before you go further?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on with WWE and these referees and the counts, because it's starting again, even with the Gunther match back in at the other pay-per-view, Gunther and RKO. Yeah. Now with this count 1, 2, 3, Damian Priest didn't even move, so it was a straight up 3 count. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yes, I did.
He counted 1, 2, 3. It was a fair, and the ref just stopped counting. Like, I don't understand what happened. I don't know if it was a miscommunication. It was some kind of thing that I don't know if Damian Priest didn't hear the count. I don't know, but something.
Yes, because
it looks bad. It looks bad.
Okay, it's all about position. WWE does a great job. Like, say, there's some great indie referees out here. Shout out to Josh Bear. I love that guy. He's tremendous. He does a great job. Like in my match, I know you've seen my match from Summer of Gold, where I went against Blackus. That moment happened the same way for me. That I was getting pinned, and at the moment of 3, he hit the mat, but my arm was up. Like, I moved my arm, which if I moved my arm, ladies and gentlemen, and he didn't have the arm pinned, my shoulder came off the mat. He seen this side of me where Blackus was pinning me. So he did not see my other shoulder. So knowing that he seen my arm move as he hit 3, which he did the correct thing from his perspective, he seen it, but he noticed my arm was up. He turned to the crowd and says 2. Crowd was like, some of them was cool with it, others got mad. And I think it's the same way with Damian. Sometimes when you're in that moment, you may not be able to hear nor see what the ref is. And I think that may have been the issue. He may not be able to hear, because sometimes everything can be so loud around that the crowd noise is so loud you can't even hear the counts. So like, even if he's saying it and he's hitting, sometimes you may not be able to just react. And I think that with them having headsets for their referees, they can command things to them on the fly that we can't do in some organizations like my own right now. You can't tell them what to do in order to try to keep the show moving as it should be. Rather than we deal with the controversy later. We're not going to do it right here because we're putting on the show. So it's better
you think kicked out a little bit? You think he kicked out?
I don't think he did, and I don't think he heard it or seen it. Because sometimes, too, you got to be able to see the ref. I think in the position Seth had him, he didn't see the ref.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying? So if he didn't even hear him, I don't think he really seen him.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I think Damian just couldn't kick out. I think that was the right call. Damian was supposed to win the match. So the ref did the right thing live not to count 3, because then if he did that, they would have had to stop the match, and it would have been way different. Like, that's harder to fix rather than don't call it that way, and we'll talk about it later on, which Triple H did, and I'm going to say that probably at the end of part of the show. Which I'm glad what he said. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, but I think they did the right call on that, because in a live show of that magnitude, there's a lot of money riding on this. They could have not have left Seth win that match that way, because that messes up a lot of things they already had planned for the next night and going on. Right. So they had to do that on the fly. And then we're going to settle up the rest of the Money in the Bank, and we're going to try to be brief because we're getting towards the end. And we got the 6-man tag team match between Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton versus the Bloodline. And I'm going to be really quick. The Bloodline won the match. This is the reason why you don't hire everybody just because you want to create a story. Because some people, you have to get them back into a certain formula of how you work on TV. They can't work TV. And WWE operates one way. They have a bigger ring. Number one, they have a 20 by 20. I've never been at a 20 by 20 to work a match. However, 18 by 18 is probably the biggest standard you have on the indies, because that's what everybody else use, like WCW. They use the 18 by 18. So it's a difference of dimensions. However, it does have difference of not knowing how to hit a low blow.
Yeah, I know, right? He missed. How you missed that, though?
See, little stuff like that. That's the problem sometimes. I do not care about should this person win rather than the other at times? Because I can understand the logic behind it in a way. If you complete it one way, I can agree later, not in the now, because again, we're trying to process what happened. So when I'm watching this is the problem with them hiring all the Samoans to tell the story. Some of them are not made for TV. Now, Jacob is definitely been ready for TV. Tama is definitely ready for TV. Those two, I love Tama's look. I love that smirky, better look. I love it. It's so good. But Solo looks like the third wheel. That quick. Solo looks like he's imitating the wrestler. Because in my opinion, he should have spent way more time wrestling in NXT before they brought him up, or when they had him with Roman, he should have still been working NXT to work on his craft. I understand practice is one thing, but it's a whole lot different when you're in front of everybody and 100,000 people and you're trying to beat a man on SmackDown in front of a live audience and they chant for Roman name. You got to do better. I really believe what the bloodline to me is stale. The only thing I like about it is Jacob and Tama. The other two, throw them back to NXT. Do not bring up Zilla. Do not bring up the 6'8" one. Do not from over there. If you're going to do it, put them on NXT. Do not put them on TV. Do not. I swear to God, I'm turning it. To get them on nerves. Like, if you talk about nepotism, I don't care about nepotism, but be realistic. That's why The Rock's daughter ain't wrestling. That's why she a GM of NXT. Because no disrespect, baby girl, you would never live up to the expectations of your daddy's legacy in the ring. So they did the right thing. And she's getting better as a general manager over time. But one thing that does not suit her very well is being a wrestler in front of the camera. It doesn't work. So if it don't work, stop putting your family in there to tell a story when the story don't make sense. Because after y'all story is done, what you going to do with all these leftover Samoans?
Yeah.
You signed them for 3 years, and then now you're going to have a leftover tray full of Samoans that you can't have them fighting everybody and have a story involved. That's impossible.
Right.
Somebody got to go. So I don't know what they're going to do. That's what irritates me about the bloodline. Roman come back. And I'm going to be really quick about NXT Heat Wave. It was really good. I'm going to tell you the 3 matches you should watch. Well, definitely 2. But really quick, you had the North American Championship against Obafemi. That's my dude right there. I can't wait till he comes to the main roster versus Wesley, another great young talent. And Obafemi won and retained his title. That means Wesley cannot challenge for the North American Championship again as long as Obafemi is the champion of that title. And then you had the Women's North American Championship match between Kalani Jordan versus Sol Ruka, and Kalani Jordan retains her title. You got the NXT Tag Team Championship match between Nathan Frazier and Exum versus Chase U, and Nathan Frazier and Exum retains their titles. You had the NXT Women's Championship match between champion Roxanne Perez versus Lola Vice, and Roxanne Perez defends her title once again. And then you also got the NXT Championship match. It was a fatal 4-way between Trick Williams, Ethan Page, Sean Spear, and Javon Evans, my homeboy. Shout out to him. And the champion going in was Trick Williams, but he lost. He hit a big move. You got to watch the match. If you haven't seen it, it was very good. Javon lit it up. The 2 matches I would say really watch is the first match of Obafemi and then watch the main event. Those are the 2 to really watch. I think that was exciting. There was one heck of a show. Really good show put together by NXT. But I will say this really quick about NXT. Sometimes our matches, it just seems like watching an indie match every single match. Slow some of these matches down. Slow it down. No, Wes is not leaving. Wes is a very good young man that's going to really take off. I do see that it could be possible, so I may be wrong if his contract is up, but I do really enjoy Wesley. Don't get me wrong, Obafemi just a big man. Wait till you see Obafemi. If you've never seen Obafemi, my dude, he is the next big thing. If they really, put like this, he make Bobby Lashley look a little small, bro.
Golly, I gotta check him out. I gotta get back. I gotta get to watching NXT, man. I gotta watch it.
Oh man, he is a powerhouse, bro. I can't wait. Oh man, I like him. So yeah, man. And that was NXT Heat Wave, and we have a new champion, Ethan Page. He is now a new signee of NXT. He came up from AEW, and now he's a champ. So And there you go. And that's our review for this past week in combat sports and wrestling. We're going to go ahead and drop our socials really quick before we end the show. Go ahead and pass to my man, D Minus.
Yeah, y'all can check me out on Facebook at Derek Mosby, just my name. Instagram at D-1980, Hollywood Boy.
Yes, sir. My name is Teddy Allen Jr. on Facebook. You can also hit me up at TKO336 on all social media devices, platforms, and hit us up on the Knockout Hour, _TKO, on YouTube, so you can watch us live every week. We're going to be posting on Facebook as well. And then hit up Icon Pro Wrestling and check us out as a company of our own. And we had a great show 2 weeks ago. Shout out to our sponsors. And thank y'all for everything y'all done to have a great show. We're still having a great buzz in the community. I'm selling TKO shirts left and right. I'm going to get you and the boys some TKO shirts real soon. D minus, because, you know what I'm saying, the shirt's fire. I'm just going to be honest. It's hot.
Hey, I've been waiting on mine.
Hey, as soon as me and DC get off here, going to go ahead and send me the label, and then I go ahead and get that shipped to y'all, man, because the shirt is fire. Trust me. Everyone like it. And so anybody, man, if you're looking to sponsor this Knockout Hour, hey, always hit us up, man. You can hit us up at Icon Pro Wrestling LLC and hit us up at the Knockout Hour in our message boxes anywhere. Before we get out of here, I would say that shout out to you, D-Miles. Thank you again for always joining me on these Mondays. It's a pleasure, man, because man, y'all gave me an opportunity on your show, and I've been enjoying myself. I have fun when I go out and tell people in the community, watch me live. Let's watch me and my boy D Minus do this thing, because it's fun. I always look forward to Monday. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm always like, hey, 7 o'clock, me and D gonna sit there, light it up. So if you other podcasts, thank you, Walt. We appreciate it. And for all you other podcasts, let's connect, man. If you want to have Talk That Talk moment, I'll reach out to y'all. Me and D Minus is your boys. If you want your two competitors for a fight that's coming up, bring them on here and let these two go ahead and talk that talk and build up for their show. Because, you know, we like to smoke on here. That's what we like. We had K Killer on here with Metallico, super hilarious, but they were super serious. They had their match, and we can do that for you. Just holler at us, and you'll enjoy it. Oh, shout out to my trainer. This is Cameron Grimes. Hey, so easy, even a caveman could do it. That's one of his first shirts he had back there at CWF. So I had to shout out Trevor Lee. But, man, thank y'all for joining us. Get ready to turn into Monday Night Raw. It starts in a couple of seconds on the USA Network. As before, they go to Netflix, where we come to find out it will be uncensored once they go to Netflix. So I'm pretty sure the content will be turned up a whole lot, and I can't wait. So once again, from TKO and D Minus, thank y'all for joining us. We'll see you next Monday at 7 o'clock.
What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? I got a TKO on the bag where the pool is at.
I gotta take a picture of my new gear. The new gear go hard.
Got some toolies of my own. I don't need a gang. Hold up. No, sir. Step into the mic, bring me closer. Sabotage back in the lab, and to stop that, you gonna have to go through both. Swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour the heart. Word to God, my gear.